Now that you've installed the APM agent and have some data reporting, you can start improving your application's performance right now using the Overview dashboard. I'm going to walk you through some great features and tools in the UI that you can use to analyze your data and improve your app's performance. You may want to open a tab in your browser to an Application Overview dashboard in your APM account right now so you can follow along. When you see this prompt appear on the screen, just pause the tutorial and try out the feature being introduced with your data. To view your application's APM Overview page, go to rpm.newrelic.com and log into your account. This takes you to the Application Index page where you can see a list of all your applications being monitored by New Relic. You can search for a specific application and then click on the name to go directly to the APM Overview dashboard for that app. Here I am on the Overview dashboard for my app, and the first thing I want to try is hovering over a chart to see a pop-up with data about a specific point in time. When I hover over the Web Transaction Area chart, I notice that the color of the pop-up corresponds to the color of the area on the chart. I also notice that when I hover over a chart, I see a corresponding data point on all the other charts for that exact point in time. This is really helpful for figuring out what happened in your app across multiple charts. For example, I notice there's a big drop in the Apdex score for end users. When I hover over the Apdex chart at that point, I notice a corresponding dot in the Web Transactions chart right at the top of the biggest spike. This gives me a clue about where to investigate further. You can toggle elements of the Web Transaction chart on and off to isolate the information you are most interested in. To do this, just click on any of the services in the legend below the chart. To return it to the chart, simply click the grayed out item in the legend. Removing an item from the chart is helpful when you want to examine more detailed information about individual components. For instance, if I'm responsible for database performance, I can turn off Ruby and response time in order to see the database information on the chart more clearly. You can change the window of time being displayed using the time picker. Right now, it's set to display the last 30 minutes, but I'll change that to display the last 3 hours. This is especially helpful if you notice a change in performance, a spike in response time, for example. You can use the time picker to look at a longer period of time to help determine if this was part of your app's normal performance pattern or not. If it isn't part of the normal pattern, it may mean that something has changed and needs addressing. If it isn't an immediate problem that needs addressing, you could decide to set up an alert that notifies you if something does change and becomes a problem. Once you have determined whether there is something you need to address in your app's performance, you can zoom in on the specific issue. To do this, click and drag over that point in time. By isolating that issue, you can discover what happened and take steps to improve performance. Notice that when I zoom in on part of the chart, all the charts on the dashboard change to display data for my selected time period. Finally, you can dig deeper into the performance data displayed on this dashboard by clicking on different chart elements to go to the corresponding dashboard. For example, if I click on Ruby in the Web Transactions chart, it will take me to the Transactions dashboard where I can get a lot more information about the transactions that occurred during my selected time window. If I click on Postgres, it will take me to the Databases dashboard. And if I click on the title of the Error Rate chart, it will take me to the Error Analytics dashboard. You can quickly and easily discover and diagnose performance problems using these APM UI features. Take a moment now to try this out in your APM account with your data.